With Leagues Catalyst being announced, it is time to tell you everything you need to know about this limited time game mode running from September 15th to November 10th. Which relics have been revealed so far and what to actually do during a Leagues. If you happen to be an old school RuneScape player watching this, I will be making a dedicated guide in the coming days aimed at old school RuneScape players specifically who are going to be playing RuneScape 3 for the first time, and in this case Leagues, so stay tuned for that. Not just that guide, many other guides, and of course my own playthrough. We will go really hard with content during this Leagues, and I can't be more excited about it. So leave a like if you are too, subscribe if you're new, as we're still trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And without further ado, my name's Chevalric. Let's talk about Leagues, baby. First things first, for the people who have played the Leagues before, everything you know and love from old school RuneScape will transfer over to RuneScape 3. The relic system, the task system, increased experience and drop rates, and most likely cosmetic rewards in the main game. As for me making this video, the latter hasn't been confirmed just yet, but it's safe to assume this will be the case. Oh, and no microtransactions or extra membership costs either, so that means that you have no excuse to try out Leagues and have some fun. I know, fun in my 2001 medieval point-and-click video game, outrageous. If you haven't played the Leagues, let me explain. The concept is fairly simple. You play as an Iron Man and you complete tasks. Earn points and unlock powerful relics that affect your gameplay. These tasks can vary from dancing the lumber's graveyard to equipping an item only obtained by slaying a certain boss to fishing 100 sharks. There's something for everyone. These tasks give varying amounts of points depending on its difficulty. Something like the Dance in the Lumber's Graveyard task will give you 10 points versus equipping that Fractured Staff of Armadale most likely giving you 3 or 500 points, where the Shark task would give you around 60. With certain point thresholds, you unlock new relics. These relics affect your gameplay in various manners. Each tier of relics gives you a choice between 2 or 3 options where you can only pick one. So make sure to plan out which relics you need, as there is no take backsies. More on the planning a little bit later as well, and of course an extensive version in a future video. As of me recording this video, the day after Jagex announced Leagues, only a few relics have been confirmed and shown in the trailer. Encrypted, but don't worry, thanks to the RuneScape lore community, we know what they are. Banker's Note, bank access from everywhere. Node and unnode items anywhere, meaning that you can pretty much infinitely supply yourself when PVMing or skilling. Imagine camping at a runecrafting altar and just unnoting pure essence. Pretty much insane experience rate, skilling, and infinite supply during PVM. Farming Frenzy, automatic ultra compost, chance to give extra yield and save planted seeds, produce is noted and seeds planted automatically grow to full, and plant max herb seeds using a singular seed. This is very powerful to get resources from farming, but will probably be up against another very useful relic, meaning that you have to make an important decision there. Golden Footed, agility experience every 6 seconds. Pretty much permanent Silverhawks, can't fail agility obstacles, and boons given on agility lap completion. These boons are most likely coins, as that is how a similar relic works in old school RuneScape. And of course, many more to be announced, including plenty of combat relics. It wouldn't surprise me to see a relic that makes you crit more or even halves your adrenaline cost and cooldowns. But what do you do in the Leagues besides unlocking relics and completing tasks? Well, I think the main thing to do, at least in my opinion, is try out content that is usually too difficult for you. Have you been struggling to get your Zuck cape? Do some Zuck runs during Leagues. There is probably some sort of healing passive with a relic, or the Banker's Note, one that will keep you alive because you pretty much have infinite supplies. Or try some of the enrage bosses at higher enrages. This skill might not directly transfer over one-to-one to the main game, as you simply will be less powerful, but what will is the fact that you are now familiar with the mechanics of these bosses. Meaning that whenever you do have the gear, or simply the courage you've been lacking, to take on these bosses, your learning experience will be a lot more smooth as you know what will happen. Now, what if PVM isn't really your thing? Honestly, try to get as many league points as you can. The rewards usually sell for a pretty penny, assuming they are taking the same path as old school with cosmetics in the main game that are tradable, and the more you can buy of them, the more money in the main game you'll be making. On top of that, getting the Dragon Trophy, yet again assuming it's similar to old school RuneScape, is kind of a flex to have, especially in a couple years times, as I'm not seeing this leagues to be the most popular leagues of all of them, as there's probably a lot of players that are not that interested just yet, see the leagues and then maybe participate in this one, but definitely will in the next one. So having the trophy of this one already is probably going to be one of those niche historic flex items. Another piece of advice I can give anyone, especially starting out, is trying to craft a bit of a route for your journey, which doesn't have to be extensive planning like I'll be doing the week before Leagues releases on twitch.tv/ChevalricRS and in the video that will come from those streams, but planning out your relics could be very, very useful, as some will simply have better chemistry with each other than others do. So look at all of them before you start unlocking them. The more important planning aspect, at least I think so, is to figure out what tasks to do, so you don't get overwhelmed by the list available to you. The wiki will most likely have a nice overview of all the tasks, and filtering them on most completions is always a good shout, giving you a nice overview of the easier tasks to complete, even if they're not in the easy tier. Sometimes more harder tasks are simply more easy to complete and can really boost your points total early on. Come to think about it, we don't have API support, so hopefully the wiki will have this list, but I don't know. But that is definitely a good piece of advice, and I'll come back to that if I make a bit more of an extensive guide. I just realized that whilst I'm actually recording this. But hey ho, here is the magic of video creation. And one final teeny tiny thing, go have fun. Leagues is such a fun time during the weeks it's active and can really give you a whole new appreciation for RuneScape. And that's all for now. Once we know more, I will come with a more extensive starter guide, both for old school RuneScape players in specific and just in general. I hope this video was informative and useful. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, subscribe to not miss any Leagues content. My name is Chevalric. See you guys in my next video.